Welcome back to Rima Reads. So y'all remember how last year I only bought 11 books? Well, I may have gone to an actual physical bookstore and had a good time. It was really nice to go out somewhere. And so I have already exceeded that number this year, and it's only February. So I went to a new and used bookstore, and it was the first time I left my house in a month. It was a good time. And so I bought a lot of books, y'all. I bought a lot of books. So the first book I bought this year is 3 Parts Dead by Max Gladstone. So this book is about Tara, who is a necromancer and who's kind of tasked to do this job to bring a god back to life after he died, before his entire city comes to crumble. And it sounds really, really cool. It features a Black protagonist and is a fun fantasy series. I've heard only good things, and it was $2, so of course I picked it up. I don't really know too much else about what this book is about, but I'm so excited. Just so you guys know, all of these summaries are going to be really bad because I don't know too much about any of the books that I picked up, except for that they sounded good. So just putting that out there. So the next book I picked up is A Door into the Ocean by Joan Slavetsky. So this book is a sci-fi novel, and I know it's one of the older sci-fi novels. I think it was written in the 1980s. It's essentially, I think, about this ocean world where our main character is from, and it's gets invaded by an army from a different world. Let me read the back cover. So, a groundbreaking work of both feminist sci-fi and world-building hard sci-fi, this novel concerns the Sharers of Shura, a nation of women on a distant moon in the far future who are pacifists, highly advanced in biological sciences, and who reproduce by parthenogenesis, there are no males, tells a conflicts that erupt when a neighboring civilization decides to destroy Shura's ocean world and sends in an army. So that's what it's about. This was one of the books that I just randomly picked up. So again, I don't know too much about it, but I do want to read more sci-fi novels, and this one said feminist, and y'all know I love feminist stories. So yeah, A Door into the Ocean. So the next book I picked up is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. So this is another sci-fi novel. Again, don't know too much. I think it takes place on our Earth, and there's this mysterious artifact that is discovered from a potential alien civilization. I've heard fairly good things about this one, and I really like the cover. It's cool because it has the hardback here, so let me just show y'all. So this is how it looks, the actual hardback cover, and then it has the little hole in here. So yeah, this is another one that I'm quite excited to pick up and get more into the sci-fi genre with these books. So the next book I picked up is Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johannesson, and this book follows our main character Kelsey, who is the princess of a kingdom, and she's set to inherit the throne. And I believe it takes place right around when she's inheriting the throne, and there are, I don't know, people trying to kill her or something. Yeah, shit happens while she's trying to get the queendom or whatever. Anyways, I've heard really good things about this book on BookTube. So the next book I picked up is The Tethered Mage by Melissa Caruso. This is another book that I've just heard really, really good things about on BookTube, and I'm very excited to read. It takes place in this world where people with magic are conscripted into an army, the Falcon Army. I believe it follows 2 points of view. One girl, Zyra, who is a thief who's hiding out on the streets to avoid going to the army, and then the other one is Amalia, who I think is an heir. I don't know if she's the heir to the kingdom or what. She real high up, and she also has magic and has been conscripted into this army, and it follows their points of view. And I've just heard some amazing things about this book, so I'm very excited to give it a try. So the next book is The Seer and the Sword by Victoria Henley. So this book follows Princess Tarina, who is essentially, her father goes and like completes some quest or something and comes back with this sword that might be cursed. And also a stone where she could see the future in. And she like sees this plot, I think, to overthrow her father. And so she goes on a journey to save her kingdom and her father's life. So yeah, this is another like, I think, older fantasy book. It looked fun. It looked like a good time. So I picked this up. It was like $2 also. I like cheap books. So the next book I picked up is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. And this is probably the book I am the most excited about. Like, I am so hyped to read this. I've only heard amazing things about this book. I've heard that it feels like a warm hug. I heard like it just makes you happy and joyous inside, and I am so excited to read this. I know that there are orphans and probably magic, and it's gay, and that's pretty much all I know. But I heard it's really cute and good, and I'm very excited to read this book. The next book I picked up is The Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson. So this book follows Andra, who essentially was supposed to be like on this, like put in cryo sleep, and was supposed to be like on this 100-year-long journey or something like that to go to a different planet. But it ends up that she like stays in cryo sleep for like thousands of years, and wakes up, and like this entire country, continent, world that she's on, like thought she was like a goddess in her like cryo sleep container. So it follows her trying to like figure out what happened, as well as a different point of view. Zaid, who is like the king of this country, or the prince or something like that, and he's trying to take his place as a rightful heir on the throne. It sounded really cool. I've heard mixed reviews on this one, but like it looks really nice. It's a beautiful cover. So this is another book I got. So the next book I bought is the complete Binti Trilogy by Nnedi Okorafor. I'm so happy to have found this book. Like, so I've read the first Binti novella like 3 years ago, and I didn't even know that there were other books in the series. And I remember like my number one complaint about that novella was like, it's too short, I want more. And so I am so hyped that there are other books in this series, and I've been meaning to read them since I found out about it a couple months ago. And so yeah, I found this complete series hardback. I'm very excited to reread the first one and then just complete the entire series. The next book I got is also by Nnedi Okorafor, and that is Remote Control. And this is her newer novella. Again, it's another like short story. It's very, very short, but I'm very excited to read this one as well. Again, I've heard nothing but great things about it. And the last book I bought is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. So this book takes place in this like pre-Columbian America fantasy world, and it follows 3 different points of view. I've already started this book. I am a little more than halfway through, and I am really enjoying it so far. I'll have more to say once I finish it, but I feel like she's really doing a good job weaving a lot of things together, and I'm so excited to see how this book turns out. And also, I love this cover so much. Like, it's beautiful. I just like had to pick it up because I love this cover so much. So yeah, those are all of the books I have bought so far this year. So I'm definitely 100% already beaten my last year of only buying 11 books, and I'm definitely going to buy a couple more at least this year because I have a bunch on my list. But I'm very excited about this book haul. So thank you all for watching. If you've read any of these books, like let me know what your thoughts were. Like some of these are hyped up on BookTube and I've heard a lot about, but a lot of them I just like don't know too much about what they are. And so if you have any thoughts or opinions, I'd love to know. But thank you all for watching. Bye.